Hello, my BIBBLEBONKSQUONCULI, and welcome back to the OSIEZONE. I'm actually really excited to be filming this. It's been like a week and a half. Like I said, I'm gonna do these like every other week because I'm trying to do so many things, dude. Because I just have all this creative inspiration in me. Anyway, I'm here today with Pebbles because I'm feeling like yellow is the vibe today, you guys. I have a lot of yellow objects to show you guys today, and I'm really excited about it. But this is Pebbles. Pebbles belongs to my sibling, and who is also my drummer, Leon. And Pebbles and Bertrice Michael are very good friends. So they're hanging out today while my mom and my sibling are on a hike together, and I'm here doing this. Guys, I can't come on a hike. I gotta stay home and do my job. Pebbles is very sweet. I just, I love being a part of a big happy family like this one. Guys, oh my god, spring. I've always wondered, okay, what's, dead ass my favorite season? What is my favorite season? Because it's such a debate. And it definitely used to be summer because my birthday's in summer and I just am self-absorbed. So it's oh, well, of course it's when I was born. And also, it's, my friends wouldn't be in school and I would get to, have a lot of fun, and go swimming and stuff. But now summer just reminds me a little bit of our, inevitable tumbling towards global warming. And that's cool, I'm kind of always aware of that, but summer makes it a little blurringly obvious, and I always think that I prefer heat to cold until my thighs are rubbing together and I can feel sweat in every crevice of everywhere, and because there's that old Tumblr meme, bro. It's cold is cool, because you can just bundle up. You can sit by a fire. When it's hot, what are you gonna do? Rip your skin off? Oh, okay, yeah. And also, it's not very effective for cuddling because it's kind of hey, get off of me. So I love summer, but it's also girl. Fall, okay, it's definitely not winter. Winter is definitely not my favorite. I just realize every single year I have to realize that I'm not depressed. It was just winter, and that I was depressed during winter. Yes, well, yes, that's actually really, I love fall, okay, you guys, because, and I'm always what a great time of the year to listen to Alex G. Every time of year. When it's spring, I'm wow, this season is so Alex G, you guys, I just love, and then it's summer, guys, summer reminds me of Alex G. It's autumn, guys, it's Alex G season. Alex G never goes away. Every day is Alex G season. Maybe winter reminds me the least of Alex G, but no! That's just when you listen to specific Alex G songs. I don't know, guys. I just kind of really love Alex G. Mr. Gianna Scoli. I think I saw him twice in concert in 1 month. In August, I saw him twice. And, and I saw him, Julie opened for him in Santa Cruz. Every member of that band is hot, and I don't it makes me uncomfortable. Cause why, that's not okay, and it makes me I hate hot people, because why are we not friends, and why are you not in love with me? Why are we not in love? Anyway, shut up. No, this is me. Okay, this me when I have to make a video where I'm talking. Shut up. So spring. I think it's a tie between spring and autumn for which one is my favorite season, because autumn is this beautiful, I just love colors, and autumn has this beautiful shedding of, it's just beautiful, and it's these warm tones, and it's just kind of this comforting feeling of after doing so much during the spring and summer, and the world being so in bloom and just really blaring and partying, and it just, you feel this soft embrace of leaves falling and Christian girl autumn. I start praying, and actually a lot of you guys have questions about Jesus up there. I'm not a Jesus head. I've never been religious. I was not raised religious in the monotheistic Christian sense. Sorry if you're watching my videos and you are. I kind of disagree with the execution of religion in any monotheistic context or in a way where you try to govern a whole people by being like, hey guys, we're actually the chosen ones, and like if you don't obey our set of rules, you can go eat ding-a-ling. I don't agree with that. And of course there are plenty of people out there who practice religion in a way that is not restricted. Like, hey, I'm Christian and I'm not homophobic. Cool. The Catholic Church is getting sued for pedophilia. So it's not really about what you're, it's like, well, I shop at Target and I'm a good person. Well, boycott. Anyway, but I understand that this is a fundamental belief in the way that, like, we view, okay, we're already getting real deep into, no offense if you're someone who practices religion. I understand. Like, we all need something to believe in, and I mean no disrespect for your Jesus. I have Jesus up there for a reason, because I think he's a really chill guy. Okay? And the reason I bought that, and yes, I put emojis on his face, okay? I just love that it says I saw that, but okay, you can't even see. They didn't even give my bro a butt chin. They gave him a vajayjay chin. The crease in that picture of Jesus's chin is so deep. It's like a spike. It's like 2 slices of pizza. And so I just thought that was really funny. And I just think he's a really chill guy. I think, like, he was probably pretty fine. He was definitely not as white as depicted in this image. He was not a white man. I don't know why America also did that. And, like, he wore sandals and, like, probably a man bun. Like, and he was, like, friends with prostitutes. I really like him. I think he was really chill. I think that we would, and I think that if he were to come back, and because everyone's like, Jesus is going to return, he's going to return and he's going to say, y'all look dumb as hell doing all this in my name. What are we doing? You guys are greedy. And my mom, who's a very positive person, she was raised Christian or whatever. Like, she had a lot of things with religion in her life, and she always spoke very highly of Jesus. Like, whenever she talks about Jesus, she's like, nah, Jesus though, he was locked in. Like, he was really cool. And he would, like, I don't know, go to the synagogue or the temple, and people would be like, and the rich people would be like, I have so much money to give to the temple. And then the poor people would be like, this is my last shilling and I'm gonna give it to the temple. And then the rich people would make fun of the poor people and say, you only have 1 shilling. And then Jesus would, like, flip the tables and be like, rich people suck. So I like Jesus because I think Jesus hated rich people. And anyway, don't quote me on that story. I've never read the Bible. What's going on there? I should probably read that. It's probably important lore to understand what you all are on about. But I think that, like, so many people who preach teachings of the Bible too have not read it or deconstructed it. And at its core, actually, it really depends on how you interpret the Bible, because the Bible has a lot of, like, spiritual advice. People just took it way too literally and unfortunately have used it as an excuse to oppress people, as is happening in the country right now. So that was my really long rant that I did not mean to go on. And let me round back around to that. Why do I love spring so much, and why is it in the top running for my favorite seasons? I get spring allergies. Okay? My snot is everywhere. It makes me very sad to be allergic to something I love so much, just like I'm allergic to cats. I love cats so much, I'm so allergic. It makes me so sad. But, oh my god, my bangs are, it's just the season for falling in love. And that's what I love so much about it. It's cuffing season. It's the season of, like, look at the sun, and it's not too hot. It's still cuddleable weather, and everything's green, and the world is blooming. And I always feel like I'm blooming, and I always fall in love in spring, whether that's, like, romantically or just, like, with myself and my art. My number 1 song, Sweet Lies, I wrote that around this time of year, like, I think in April, like, in 2023. And it's still one of my favorite songs I've made. And I've had so many advancements with my artistic process in the last couple years, and I've had so many beautiful things happen to me, and I like a lot of the music I write, but that song, dude, and we reached 100K streams the other day. Thank you guys so much for that. That's, like, ridiculous. It just, sitting here on my bedroom floor just brings this beautiful feeling of nostalgia. I don't know, I spent, like, pretty much all my teen years in this room, and yeah, I just love spring because it truly is just life and love blooming. You guys should listen to the song Spring by Saint Etienne. I don't know how to I don't know how to spell that, but I'll link it down below. And I have a springtime playlist that just really, it's just love. Spring is just love. Spring is just love and amazing. And it's also like freak season. I don't know. Every season is freak season. And I know that summer is like freak season, but spring is like freak season. You know what I mean? I don't know. Okay, except I do know. You guys like my earrings? So anyway, it's spring, and I'm really excited, and I'm starting to feel this optimism. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and place these two aside. I don't want to put them on the dresser because the dresser's kind of dirty. Speaking of spring, let's look at my flowers that I have in the background here. I've got two different ones. I picked this white rose on my morning walk with my grandma. Oh, girl, that smells good. And, like, the lighting is too lighting, but, like, it's really beautiful and it smells really good. And there's also yellow daffodils blooming in my front yard. And then I also have these beautiful, very, like, lush calla lilies. I love how, like, giant these are. Very nicely arranged. And I just, look at these leaves, dude. Like, that's just freaking awesome. So I really love flowers. And also, guys, my favorite flower is pink jasmine. I think I talked about this in the last episode, but pink jasmine smells so good. I want to eat that smell. And I've had this for a while, but the thumbs up, bro, because I record this on my Mac. Great. Wait, no, guys, let's see if it'll do fireworks. Yay! I really love my bird whistle. Oh, okay, wait, I'm gonna, 1 second. Okay. Another noise-making thing that I want to take on tour and, like, use at all my shows. My jingle rock. We're getting into the trinkets part of the video, and I think I am going to make more videos about my trinkets, because I'm a really trinkety person, as you guys can tell, because I'm very normal. Yeah, I'm just really normal. Actually, I'm really sane and normal. Yeah, so I got my jingle rock, and my guitar here, my precious guitar. I like to keep it in the background, just, like, as a hint. Just as, like, a little shameless self-promo. It's like, what's that guitar there for? Guys, go listen to my music. I have this little guy. This is also yellow. I have a lot of yellow belongings, and I was talking about this. These, my Switch Lite is yellow, and I've been playing a lot of Suika game on this. I don't know if it's like these fruits. You gotta drop the fruits puzzle, and the fruits have to merge fruits game. Okay, but here's my recent obsession for real, you guys. Cassette tapes. So my mom, like, collects vinyls, and, like, I love physical media, but I, like, every time I go to a record store, I'm just like, this is so expensive, I can't take it with me anywhere, and it just, like, I don't know, it didn't pique my interest, and I don't know why I never thought about cassette tapes, but, look at my new water bottle stickers. My homie drew this. And this is from Blue Smiley, which is one of my favorite bands. Oh, and this is from With Open Arms, the Screamo band, really good. So, and my homie drew that. Anyway, okay, so, guys, I wasn't, like, into cassettes until, okay, so one of my twink boyfriends, Holland, my pink hair, I love him, he loves, like, vintage radios, and he has them, and he also has, like, a vintage BMW, or, like, 90s BMW, so he has, like, a cassette player in his car, and so this is what he's letting me borrow, this radio, and then my favorite band, They Are Gutting a Body of Water, like, posted on their Instagram story, like, hey, Venmo me money and email me your address, and I'll send you a one-of-a-kind, like, ambient tape, so I had to buy that, and I was like, you know what, I'll just ask Holland if I can borrow one of his radios. And so I got this, and it was really awesome. And it says Burmese method. Guys, when it came in the mail, I was eating my leftover Burmese food. And that was the first time I'd ever had Burmese food. And then the tape is called Burmese method. Thanks God. Like, I don't know. What? Anyway, and then Tagabow. They Are Getting Your Body Water also had this 3 cassette tape set, and it was kind of the last ones that they were ever selling, and they were like, okay, if you don't buy them now, like, they're gone forever. And these are so freaking awesome. I'm, like, so into tapes now. I'm so into tapes. Look at these, you guys. These are called Banging Lines of Dust I Scraped Off the Time Crystal Shit Pop. Pea Glass Blasting from a Busted Whip Parked on the Curb Breaks. And then Shot a Rifle at God and She Responded on the Message Board sets. Oh my god, I love that this lighting will not let me show you. But all of these are just, like, really freaking cool looking, and they all sound really amazing, and I love that it's not my phone. Any way that I can, like, experience media without it being on my phone is an absolute W to me, and I love it. So this has been a really great way for me to continue doing that, because iPhone, whatever. So these tapes, and then, like, my freaking, okay, this is, like, some really cool lore about me that you guys, my parents, how they met, they are not together, bless their hearts. How they met, though, was they were in a band together in the 90s in San Francisco, and they have a bunch of, like, practice tapes, and also, like, ones from my mom's, like, old a cappella group, and yes, I come from a music family, but I have all these tapes now, like, from the 90s of my parents playing music together, and I haven't even started to listen. This isn't even, like, there's a whole other box, and I just am so grateful and so excited to listen to this stuff, and I just, like, wow, I'm like, oh my god, I love cassette tapes, and they're so small and cute, and so I want to put my music onto cassette tapes and sell them, and then my goth baddie friend, just love her, she is letting me borrow some of these. We got The Police, we got Talking Heads, we got David Bowie, so some real, and these are, like, from the 70s or 80s, and then she also gave me this really niche one, that was, like, rare, and I already listened to it, but yeah, so that's, like, my fixation right now is tapes, just because they're cute, and they're physical media, and, like, they're not as expensive as records, and I just like that they're, like, small and compact, and, like, all my really cool gay friends, well, all of them are really cool and gay, but all my cool gay friends, like, a lot of them have, like, cassette players in their car, and that just makes me really happy. So, that's been pretty cool, you guys. Okay, and now I'm gonna stop the video. Well, no, not stop the video. I'm gonna, like, let's pause here. And eat some gummies. So, I found these at this really, like, bougie grocery store that I love. And it says Gummy Banana, but why does it look like it says Cummy Banana? And why would you use that font? Why would you use that font? I'm starting to get a little less PG on this podcast. I'm not a PG person. I'm definitely not. But I know YouTube's pretty strict. Anyway, so this is like banana, and okay, I can make orange rhyme with banana. So it's got like cream on the inside. Stop being gay now. So you can peel it though. Like you can peel the banana, and also my family was making like homemade chocolate bananas. Oh my god. Okay, so I'm peeling the banana. I'll give you guys a little bit of ASMR, even though if you want to punch me, well, you can't do that. I can make orange rhyme with banana. Banana! And that is delunkulicious. I don't think that America does much artificial banana flavored stuff, but Japan definitely does. And I know that in Korea, banana milk is the number one kind of milk. I've tried some banana milk recently. I'm really loving this yellowness. Also, Holland, the same twink boyfriend who lent me the radio, he also made me these when we were like young, and like 15 and stupid. It really is different to like, as a young queer emo chronically online like weirdo, to meet another one of those and then kind of go through your phases together of just like being a young weird gay kid to being like a really cool, weird, young adult gay person. And like, I don't know, navigating gender, like that meme that's like, if we weren't non-binary together, please do not say we go way back. I love my non-binary homies. And I love the people I met when they were non-binary and then they just realized they were transgender. And that, I just love trans people. I just love trans people. And I love queer people. And I just love, it's just like, it's just so freaking awesome. And I'm just so happy to live where I live. And so I need to make millions of dollars and give it to transgender people. And other things that are blasphemous. Guys, no, what is blasphemy? Be Googling the definition of blasphemy. Not blasphemous, tyrannical? Treasonous. Do other things that are treasonous. Because I don't think that giving money to transgender people is blasphemous. Because if you really believe in God and a higher power, you believe that everyone deserves love. And if money is power, then you give it to people who don't have the power that they deserve, or who have had their power stripped from them by the government. That is actually giving love. Okay? And trans people are never not gonna exist. Like, are you dumb? Are you dumb? Oh my god, transphobes, unfollow me. If you're transphobic, just like genuinely get out, because I am, no, stop. You need to stop. I really appreciate all the old people. I've been seeing videos of old people, though, like being in court, like trying to vote on bills against trans people, and then realizing, like, locking in and being like, oh, okay, so, and you guys are also just people. Oh, we're all just people. Aw. Why are we not thinking that? Why do we not know that? Just spotted another yellow object. These are my coins, because my favorite thrift store that I go to is cash only, and it's like a hospice thrift shop, and everything is like 50 freaking cents. Did I already talk about this, or did I have a different thrift haul last time? I had a different thrift haul last time. Y'all, I low-key have way too many clothes. Yeah, I'm really excited to get rid of a lot of stuff, though. And so basically, yeah. Okay, and now I'm gonna talk about burnout. Because I'll just have, okay, on my list here, it's like these deep, heavy subjects, and then it's like banana gummy, tapes, pattern recognition. Like, guys, I'm just so crazy and weird, and like, it's so normal. So, burnout. I've reached a point in my life, like the past year, I've worked harder than I ever have in my life, but also, like, things have miraculously flowed to me because of my, like, prayers and spiritual practice. Let me say, I did say I wasn't religious. I'm very spiritual. And, you know, I honestly feel like I'll need to, like, really write my thoughts out about that and discuss it in a future episode or in a video, like, what my beliefs are, because, truthfully, like, a lot of people ask me, you know, how do you do what you do? Like, how do you have the confidence? How do you do all this stuff? Like, where do your opinions come from? My spiritual practice has been the most integral thing to making me the person that I am, and just, it's just everything. Like, if I wasn't meditating every day, I'd be in the poo-poo hole, okay? I'd be in the sewer. I don't know how they would have got me in there, but I'd be a rat in the sewer. And, I mean, rats exist for a reason, you know? I actually like rats. Rats. Anyway, so burnout. I've gotten to a point in my life where I worked really, really hard over the past year to kind of cultivate everything that I'm doing right now, like have an audience and that kind of stuff, because, and also, like, started a band and started releasing music. Like, it hasn't even been a year since I released my first song, and already things are, like, very much popping off for me, like I always planned, like I always plotted and schemed, which is amazing. And then I also started taking, like, community college classes, and everything in my life right now that I'm doing is things that I want to do. I want to make videos. I want to make music. I want to play shows. I want to be in the classes that I'm taking. I'm, like, a part of a magazine, like a little, like, zine, and I'm having to do stuff for that right now. And it's all stuff that I love. But I also knew that there was a risk when I started doing that of the things I love starting to seem like work. And I don't think I'm at a point where I don't like the things I'm doing or I view them as just work. But I do think I need to change my language. Oh, I have to work today. Like, girl, that implies that, like, sitting in front of your camera, your webcam, and, like, stating a bunch of your opinions and literally being yourself is, like, work to you. And no, it's not. It's just what I do. And I'm extremely privileged to be doing this right now. And so I'm trying to reframe my language around it. And when I actually do sit down and make a list of the things that I have to do that I'm like, oh, why do I have to do all this stuff today? It's all stuff that my inner child would have, like, gagged at, like, been so happy. Like, she's jumping for joy. Like, she knew it all along. I love her. Guys, I want to shave my eyebrows off so bad. And I know you think, oh, like, your eyebrows are your defining feature. Exactly. I want to see my face without them. Every single day, I go on my phone and I go on Snapchat, which I literally only use to take videos and speed them up. And I take a picture of what I would look like with no eyebrows. Isn't that awesome? Okay, and if you think I look scary or like a newborn baby, I want to freak you out. Okay? I hope you know how badly I want to freak you out, and I just want to make you freak out. Okay? Because I'm here to freak people out on this earth. I'm here to freak people out and give big hugs and teach big lessons, and that's never gonna stop, buddy. So, doing so many things you love and feeling this obligation to be grateful, and being grateful, but it makes it hard to continue appreciating these things when you are doing so much every single day. I never have a day at this point in my life where I get to, like, sit around and actually, like, not like rot, but, like, do a self-care ritual. Like, I haven't been able to actually sit down and journal in so long. And when I do get some time to rest, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna spend quality time with my family. Like, I need to go watch Naruto or, like, a different show, like, with my mom or my grandma. And, like, I really value spending time with my loved ones. And I do get energy from that. But I, like, don't have much designated time where I'm, like, sitting down and being like, oh, what can I do to relax right now that is not productive? But it's also because I genuinely love being productive and I love my work is my passion. So if I do get a moment alone, I'm like, why not produce a song? Why not make a video? And this all falls under the category of what I deem as work. So I think a language and view change is going to be needed. But I've been feeling pretty burnt out. And I think that, like, really on top of that, it's just, like, the 1 year of singlehood that really was, like, on me, because I'm an extremely independent person. I actually really, really love my peace more than anything in the world, and I will always prioritize my art over anything, because I love doing this so much, and it's not like I lack human connection in my life. Like I said, like, I have a family that I love, and I have a life partner, my best friend. I have multiple best friends. My close circle, my close friends. I'm like, oh, who do I need to update about this personal life situation? Like, I don't want to tell everyone. I don't want to tell too many people, just my close friends. My close friends is 10 people, and I mean that. Like, I love them. Like, I have a lot of amazing people in my life, and I just love to protect my peace. But as someone who's always preaching, like, oh, you know, love advice, and here's how you can, and it's so good for you to be single, there is a part of my heart that can only be fulfilled by, like, someone who, like, loves me in that way. In that way of, like, hey, like, this is deep and this is real. And I'm very lucky at such a young age to have experienced such a deep love before. But now, you know, I know what it's like. And I think that not having that for a year made me very strong. And I actually thrived very much, because I think I had problems when I was younger, basing too much of my life around my romantic relationships. And I think that's a lot where I went wrong in them, is just, like, I didn't have enough of a life. And I've had to structure my own life. And I like don't even know how to start explaining this. I think I'll have to make a whole separate video about like my upbringing and like how it's different from other people's, but I never went to school. I got pulled out of the school system when I was in 3rd grade, not because there was something crazy. I actually did pretty well in school, but I believe that the education system kills children's souls. Especially in America. And actually, if you are to read up on any of the history of the school system, it's deeply twisted. It's not for independent thinkers, and at this point it's not working anymore. And I think everyone's finally waking up to that, and it was invented to make factory workers. So my parents disagreed with this philosophy, so they put me out of school. And so I was unschooled, basically, is what it's called, unschooling. I wasn't homeschooled. I wasn't like, and the assumptions that people make about me, like, yes, I am weird, okay, like, oh, you look like you were homeschooled, okay, that's fine. But a lot of the questions I got growing up were like, oh, how are you smart? And why do you know how to read? Why do you know how to write eloquently? Why do you know how to speak eloquently? Why do you know how to socialize? Like, how do you have friends? 'Cause I'm lit? Like, what? Because I've spent my entire life practicing how to be alive and know myself and know what I want for my life instead of listening to someone else who hates their job in a fluorescent room for like 7 hours a day. I'm connected to my family values. Like, I have a good, like, anyway. So that left a lot of room for me to structure my own life. And being a very hardcore lover and also going through the pandemic, it was hard for me to build my own structure. And so that's where I think I went wrong in a lot of my past relationships, was just like lack of independence. And that leaves a lot of room for codependency and depending on somebody else for your you-ness to I don't know, help you be a person. But I think I got a lot less helpless in the last year. And I'm thank you guys for watching my videos. I really love you, and just all of the support that I get. Like, I'm really grateful. I'm just extremely grateful. And that all leads me back to my point of there's a part of my soul that, you know, I think a lot being famous or having a following or whatever means that, you know, hundreds and thousands of people on the internet have seen my face and know who I am. And I'm very grateful for that. That's like helping people. Like, sometimes people will message me and tell me ways that I've helped them, and it genuinely makes me cry. So having that kind of an impact is amazing. And so, yes, I'm known on this larger scale and more people want to know me, but that does not replace the part of me that craves to be deeply known by a lover. And so yeah. I got nothing left to say on that. I love love. I love being in love. And I've been like, I gotta make this into a TikTok, but I'm like, what's my relationship status? I am the wind blowing through the trees. I am the water flowing through pebbles in the creek. I am the flowers blooming in the spring air. What's my relationship status? And still no answer. No definitive answer. I am love, basically. That's my relationship status. Wow. Okay, we're at 33 minutes, you guys. Wow. I'm trying to like pick from my list of things that I want to talk about. Oh, on that note of like people wanting to be in my life and being known on that wider scale is like genuinely like people, not only strangers have a parasocial relationship with me, but my acquaintances sometimes do, or mutual friends and people that I don't know and you know, have heard of, but like I don't watch them for minutes on my screen talking about whatever the heck. And like, I don't blame people for having a parasocial relationship with me. Like, I am literally here, like, acting like I'm on FaceTime with the internet for 40 plus minutes, like, every other week. And that's like, you know, a lot of people get life advice from me. And like, I'm, again, honored. But it's really hard. I don't know how to say no. I'm trying to get really good at saying no. And I think I've gotten a lot better in the past year of just being like, hey, I'm going to be real with you. Like, let me not waste either of our times. Like, I don't got time for this. But when people, I'm like scared that the rumors are going to start spreading that I think I'm like, I just think I'm the shit, and I think I'm like above everyone else, and I don't even want to hang out with the people I used to hang out. Not true. First of all, not true. If anything, I only want to hang out with the people that I've always known that I used to hang out with. But sometimes new people will inquire, not new people, but like people who were my acquaintances in the past will be like, hey, we should hang out sometimes. Like, we should befriend each other. And I'm not going to stand there and say, no, but I'm not going to stand there and lie. I'm not going to stand there and lie and go, yeah, we should totally hang out sometime. I'm not going to do that. I can't even do that with people I actually like because I am so busy that I'm drowning most of the time. I have so much to do and I like it this way. And my life has gotten to the point where it's like, if you're around me, you're around me. If you're around me, you're around me. My friendometer is reached. I just need a freak. And that's where I'm at. So I don't know how to say no to people when it comes to hanging out. And maybe I will just start being like, no, I don't have time. I really try my best. But when people think they know me and they know what hanging out with, they think they have a simulation. They played a simulation of what hanging out with me would be like. I don't know at all as much about them because I'm sharing a lot of my life on the internet, and that has its risks. And yes, I have a digital footprint, but that's like, oh girl, okay, I don't know about that. But it's fine. I'm grateful, and I hope everyone finds a lovely friend. It's not that I don't, and also the criteria for being in my life are very high at this point. Like, I'm kind of just at capacity, and it's not that I don't think everyone is awesome in their own way. I just, like, am very specifically looking for people who are going to level me up. If you're gonna come into my life, and I don't mean that in a transactional, like, level up me, but, I love when people are saying things to me that I've never thought about. And I think a lot. And I love weird gay people, and there's so many. But I'm also very goal-oriented, and I will say this about myself. I think I'm dope. I think I'm really dope, and I think I have my stuff together way more than the average 20-year-old. And I'm gonna shamelessly give myself that credit because I deserve it, and I'm so hard on myself about everything. But yeah, I think that's also something that I've been like, I justify myself to everyone around me. I just was justifying my own desire to hang out with certain people and not hang out with others. I was justifying that to people on the internet who largely, most of you do not know me in real life. Most of you are not these people I'm talking about or talking to in my head. And I'm justifying, oh, and this is, like, I just don't want to hang out with people. And it's not that I think that everyone's not awesome and cool. Girl, I don't want to hang out with everyone. I don't need to explain that, but I do. And I'm way harder on myself about everything than anyone else is. And I will go through things in my life, and life is a constant contradiction. I'm always going to be experiencing, like, I will hate on someone for something, and then, you know, obviously the universe turns around and makes me experience that thing, so I will understand. Or I will say, I'm never gonna do this type of thing. I'll never be this type of person. And then, of course, I'm doomed to become that type of person, or, like, have an experience that might funnel me down into being that type of person, that I fear. You become what you fear. Whatever. And I'm really hard on myself, kind of, about my contradictoriness. And I always think that everyone is gonna be, like, mad at me. I run around and I'm like, well, do you think that I make this decision for my own life? Do you think that if I make this decision in my own life that will mostly affect me, that everyone else is gonna be mad at me? Nobody's thinking about you that much, girl. Not even your fans are thinking about you that much. People want you to be happy. People want you to do what you want to do. You're 20. Hey, you're 20. Why don't you give yourself a little bit of leeway, like you give literally everybody else. Literally everybody else. And I run around, because I have this close support group, so many close friends, so many people who care about me. I want them to think I'm doing a good job. I want to prove myself. You know? I want to make them proud. So I run around to each of the 10 people. Do you think this is a dumb decision? Do you think that if I do this, do you think that I'm being impulsive, girl? Why don't you just do the thing and figure it out for yourself? Thank you. Hello? Hello? Hello, hello. Hey, hello, hello. 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 hello, hello, hey, hello, hello. On that note, Hello by Erykah Badu. Yeah, I run like scientific diagnostics on myself before I do anything or make any rash decision. I will never make a rash decision because my rash decisions are thought about for about a month to a year before I actually make them. And by that point, I've thought out every outcome, which for some reason makes me more comfortable. But maybe I'm just giving myself too many spoilers. And maybe I'm really, 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 really trying to let myself experience instead of just observing all the time. And it's really hard when I recognize so many patterns in everything that I do. And I am a pattern. And I love patterns. I love patterned clothing. Okay, at least I got clothes. I don't know. But it's really hard to observe so many patterns and then still they seem unavoidable. But the thing about patterns is, yes, they exist, but circumstances change. And it's also about the way that you look at a pattern. I've used this quote to kind of restrict myself from a lot of things in the past year. But the quote is, the definition of insanity. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. But if you're to think about something like that and go, okay, so should I stop trying on my dreams because I keep going for my dreams and I'm doing it over and over and the results aren't changing, but I'm expecting a different result? I don't know if I said the quote right. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. So what? If I'm going for my dreams over and over and it's not working, I should just give up? No. You should change your perspective and you should change the way that you're coming at things, because that is such a nuanced, it's so nuanced. Circumstances change. People change. Life changes. All anything ever does is change. And as long as you're aware and trying to make progress from how you think about things in the past and how you act and how you act now. Also, actually, progress. I'm always talking about progress. You don't have to progress at all if you don't want to. You literally, you have one life. Do what you want with it. At the end of the day, we're all going back into the ether. We're all going home at the end of this party. Call the Uber. She's a little sloshed. Yeah. It's like, okay, am I being insane? But I've used that to definitely restrict myself from doing a lot of things, which I think was very necessary. But there's that thing of being aware of your past mistakes and your patterns, but there's also you have to approach things with newness if you're gonna try them again. You have to approach life every day with kind of a new, fresh perspective and kind of lock out of your mental chatter sometimes and just pretend that you've never known anything and pretend that you've never had an experience before. And what would you do truly? What would you do if you knew that you were already whole and secure and that everything is just, it just is. And I think a lot of us know this. I definitely know this, but of course I get caught up in my humanity. But I've learned to not blame myself for that. I've learned to not blame myself for getting caught up in my humanity because I'm alive and I'm a human. I'm a spiritual being having a human experience. And it's literally just ebbs and flows. And I've talked about, I will always talk about ebb and flow and duality. But there's always this point, on a spiritual journey, it's on a life journey period, you feel like you get to this good place and then you get used to being in that good place. And then maybe you stumble and you stop doing your spiritual practice as much, or you stop doing these self-care things as much, or something bad happens, or you experience loss or heartbreak or something like that. And it really puts you off your game. And then you find your way back to yourself. You find your way back to spirituality. You find your way back to wholeness, and you realize why did I ever forget that this was here for me? Why did I ever forget that this was here for me? And I find that where the real peace comes in is forgiving yourself every time you forget that this is always here for you. That wholeness is always here for you. That everything, the universe is always here for you. So yeah, that's going to cap my episode just about. I really want to dye my hair again. Just going from that to dyeing my hair. Okay. Cool. I'm gonna be in those Gen Z cringe compilations. You guys know that? They're gonna make cringe compilations of me, and I'm gonna be in them. But I will I will die happy because I will know that I was cringe, but I was free. Anyway, so I'm thinking next for my hair, like dark red and like mauve, like sakura, like pink. Like dark pink. I don't know how to explain it. Because I do these 2 strands different colors than these and these. This is like aqua, and then here's like indigo, so it's like dark pink and then like dark red. Because I'm just feeling like a shift back to warm colors. I really am a warm colored girly, but I've also been loving the blue. I've just been doing so much blue. That's gonna cap my episode. Dominion or the Bob for today. I chose Dominion. And if you guys are curious about my sexy anime girl sweater, this is like a one-of-a-kind, it's holographic boobs. And it's one-of-a-kind. My mom was what was it? She worked in the fashion industry, I don't know. But she had to like go to this warehouse in the 90s and like pick all these samples and like give them out to promote this brand. And this is one-of-a-kind sexy anime girl sweater. And you know, she's even on the arm. And my whole family, we just rotate this piece and we just like give it back to each other. Yeah, I love life, TBH. So I'm gonna go do some more cool things and write, I'm gonna write some stuff for this zine. Anyway, love you guys so much. You can do this. Thank you for embracing every part of your life. I like, truly, things are good and things are bad and things are terrible and things are also amazing and ecstatic. And I just hope that you're able to keep going, because I know stuff is really messed up in the world right now, but I appreciate you for tuning in, and I really appreciate that you would ever listen to something that I had to say, because I am a person just like you, and I'm figuring all this out for myself too. This is my first time here, okay? This is my first time knowing any of this. So yeah, I love you guys. I'll make more videos soon. I don't know. Okay. Ozzy out. Pebble says bye. Bye!